Hey everybody, welcome into Lettermen Row. I am Austin Ward. This is Evan Spencer. You know him, a former Ohio State national champion, wide receiver, do-it-all extraordinaire. And those wideouts, they had themselves a game, right?
It was
up there on Saturday.
It was a big day for the wideouts, and it's definitely fun when they are the ones leading some of the momentum and some of the plays, and letting the rest of the team feed off that. Obviously, J.K. had an incredible game, and one that'll go down in the record books for having 4 touchdowns and something incredible. I mean,
yeah,
literally can't even put it into words.
Yeah, exactly.
But, some critical keep drive alive, and from the second possession, actually, we went up 14 and 2 back-to-back scores, and the message that sends and sets the tone for a game. It's really exciting to see that Olave and some of the guys in the room were able to do that.
Yeah, I don't think it should be a surprise because I think over the course of the year we've broken down everyone in that zone 6 unit. Yeah. But when you put them all together, like everyone really had a chance to make a play on Saturday, and that depth was impressive.
Exactly. I mean, it reminds me of another group that was doing a lot of things that were super versatile, and whatever you asked of us was what we executed on the field. And that group ended up getting the right type of accolades at the end of the year. So it's exciting to see another group that resembles that in what we see. In the guys out there, Austin Mack leading some of these guys, KJ Hill having that experience and leadership and mentorship from top down. Obviously, you see, the output from some of the freshmen. It's as an alum looking back, it gives me a lot of exciting feelings just to see these guys go out there and have fun.
Yeah, Justin Fields is getting the attention, but 4 different receivers catching 4 different touchdown passes. That's kind of what you want to see for a wide receiver like Evan, so he's going to break it down for us. Right now, heading into Big Ten Championship Week, the win over the game. Let's roll the tape. All right, Evan, you know this building up here. You know the importance of having those wide receivers change a game, and they didn't even waste a lot of time here. Justin Fields and Chris Olave again. Olave's getting that Michigan killer reputation right here.
Right when we need it. No, I mean, it was an amazing timing from the standpoint of taking our momentum, continuing with another productive drive with points on the board. But was just pointed out to me, I've been there before where you have to motion all the way across the field and then run a go route, and it's definitely not the funnest thing in the world. But again, we get the defense in kind of a situation they don't want to be in, right? He's not quite matching that motion all the way across the field to where he's head up and can get hands on. And then where that leaves them is in a weird coverage to where he doesn't really know if he's taking deep half, deep quarter, realistically, whatever deep coverage they have that side of the field. And then since Olave's got all that speed, he can just put it on him and then find the crease. And then when you and the quarterback are linked up on the same page, obviously we get this. But it's just perfect timing, great offensive play call, and I love to see this. This was one I was up screaming for.
I mean, these guys are basically just running a route on air.
Totally.
Like, this is the one they've thrown all summer.
Yeah. I think this one is definitely predicated on that motion. I mean, the more that I sit and think about that, if you go to the top and look how that affected the defense, really, they didn't quite know how to adjust to it. I mean, you can see 14 right here kind of trying to communicate to 24, like, hey, what are we doing? What coverage do I have? And when you can put speed on that confusion, and then the quarterback is already thinking, I want to take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a green light.
And that guy's fast. That quarterback throws a pretty good ball.
No, I mean, the deep balls today on Saturday were just phenomenal. And it was a great day to be a Buckeye, that's for sure.
Big touchdown there to really get the passing game rolling. Justin Fields had looked kind of shaky early on, but then the receivers got rolling, and this is another example of one I know you've talked about a couple times on BuckIQ.
Totally.
With this guy in particular in the red zone.
This is a phenomenal route and phenomenal play call. I mean, top to bottom, offensive coordinated execution. I mean, if you look at the defense, sometimes in the red zone, playing man is so difficult to play sometimes just because there's so many bodies, and when you run crossing routes, it's really hectic. So the answer sometimes is zone. Well, when you play zone, there's a couple different ones that you can play, but effectively there are going to be holes. And when you run routes to take advantage of, this isn't going to be the best angle to see it on the next one. You'll see it here. You basically have answers everywhere, right? So let's press forward a little bit here, and we can watch KJ because he's a touchdown runner. But back it up just a touch right before he breaks to the angle right here. Stop. Right, so you can see that now I've got leverage on the guy, and I know that I'm going to run a curl back to the quarterback. But if my job on anything coming back to the quarterback is to be ball me man, what better point of leverage do I want than to attack him and come back? That's why it's a phenomenal play. But even if this leverage wasn't right, and say they went man or whatever, we got a man beater, and then we have a blitz beater, right? Yeah. Or say he trips and falls, and some, you know,
a decent matchup anyway with a big tight end, yeah.
Right, but great call because we got answers, and then this one we just got a one-on-one matchup with leverage, and we took advantage of it.
Yeah, KJ Hill wins a lot of those. So that's another wide receiver getting in the mix, another touchdown. There's actually one that we're not going to break down because Evan's going to have a Garrett Wilson one later, but how about a senior in Austin Mack right here?
Oh, yeah, this is big time. I was so happy for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was over there flexing, too, in front of my TV, but again, I'm not 100% on the coverage, right? But it looks like he's almost matching man to some form of flat-ish coverage. But what that does is since he's matching man in the corner, it kind of looks like he's like, hey, no, I got this zone, come back. Two people are in the same area with another working back to the ball with momentum and speed to kind of button up that into the end zone. But, you know, again, it's just another perfect timing that we took advantage of it with a big receiver that, you know, once you get into motion, it's hard to stop.
I wonder, and I asked you this before we put the clips on. It's like, I don't know how much of this is scouting, and we don't know the 100% the answer, but these guys have obviously been following KJ Hill and seen him run a lot of these routes in his career. And also, it's also sort of like a de facto rub if they're paying attention to him. So it's like a weird combination and sort of what we've talked about several times where there's always these new answers and new wrinkles that Ohio State's adding to the existing concepts.
Totally. I mean, in other instances, right, like that drag and kind of wheel up, right, it's different ways of attacking the defense in their weaknesses, right? I mean, not to say that we're always going to go at this with something that looks similar to that, but you know, when you're thinking about how offensive coordinators call plays, they know where the weak spots are, and then they just figure out ways to get their athletes in them with speed. And this is just another one of them. And you know, we got them in a spot they weren't expecting.
How about this finisher?
Yeah, this is against the team up north, right? You send a message as you go in there. You flex on the student section and tell them to leave.
They did. 56-27, Ohio State stays unbeaten. They won the game again, and the wide receivers play a huge part. You know Evan Spencer loves that. Good to get him in here to break it down and have the Big Ten championship game on Saturday for Ohio State. For Evan, I am Austin Ward. This has been Lettermen Row, BuckIQ.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Lettermen Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and you know we got BuckIQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.